Hi, I wanted to do a quick in-service training video on the Streamlight portable scene light. Truck 3 is going to have two of them. One has arrived, and this is just a little bit of info on how to use it. As far as information on the unit itself, it is designed to have three different settings of light with the push button in the center of your front lens. You can push that to adjust the three different settings. Bright is 5,300 lumens, and that'll illuminate out to 400 yards. It'll also operate at 4 hours on the battery. There's a medium setting, which is at 2,500 lumen. That'll give you 9 hours, and it's out to about 300 yards. And the lowest setting is 1,300 lumens, and that'll give you 18 hours prior to needing to either plug in or recharge. A couple things about this setup. The charging port is underneath a waterproof rubber cover here. This unit is waterproof up to 1 meter for over 30 minutes. And it also states that it can operate indefinitely in about 5 inches of standing water. Obviously we want to try and avoid that, but it can operate under those conditions. The chargers for this, until we figure out if we're going to be able to get a rig mounted charger, currently there is a plug-in wall charger that is at the plug-in station on the workbench. I have labeled it with a tag. So a little bit about how this works. There is a toggle switch over here that will turn on the light on battery power. Middle is off, and then the rearward selection is if we have plugged in the external power. I also do have a cigarette lighter style plug-in that if we decide we need to use that, we can do it. As far as the scene light is designed to be able to raise and extend, but it can be used in any position. Pull this ring here and the pin will come out. The opening of the handle will allow you to raise the post. The post will lock in this location here. When you want to lower it, there is also a lift to release there, but you can also hear that click. According to the manufacturer, you could use this in any position if you decided that you wanted to rotate the head and extend this out and then point it down into a hole or what have you for maybe USAR type uses where you're going into a confined space, but you don't want the light to be right there over it. We could extend this and put this out over it and point it down. As far as the way this is designed, this has stops on each side. You don't want to go past the stops, but you can lock this head in any position. This is designed to raise up to over 5 feet. It does state that if you are going over 3 feet, they ask that you deploy the stabilizers. Up until 3 feet, it's supposed to be heavy enough with the ballast being low in the unit that it will stay in position. The stabilizers, you will see that there are 2 rubber pulls right here. When I pull those out, I will be able to take these stabilizers out. And on one side, there is an additional piece that pops out here, and I can use that to plug into this metal tab, and therefore I now have stabilizers that are out. As you will be able to feel, they're not, metal, so you definitely don't want to put a lot of pressure on them, but they should hold this thing in position if you're up past that 3-point mark. As far as putting it back away, everything's the reversal of what you had there. You'll just need to split your handle as you come down after pulling on your lift tab. And then your head will go back down, and your pen will go back in. It does have a carrying strap. I don't know if we want to keep that on, but I put it on there just so we could get some practice with it. These do weigh 25 pounds. They're not that difficult to maneuver with. And the charging time, you should be able to get from completely depleted within 10-hour charge. You should be at 90%, and then it'll trickle the last 10%. But there's nothing wrong with pulling it off and using it during that time. It has a smart battery, smart charger, and it will be able to handle adjustable charges like that. Once again, we'll have 2 of them. Still working on where they're going to go on the rig. I'm just going to come up with a couple choices and then present that to Senior Captain and see what he'd like to do. Thank you for your time.